I've got to unmute myself. Kia ora! Welcome back to another Nexus Gaming Series cast. This time we are venturing from the highest of... We're going from the highest division inside the regular kind of teams to the lowest. We're going from Heroic to E-West, but E-West... Well, actually any series can give a good match, and I believe that Division E definitely can give very good, fun ones, and I'm definitely looking forward to what these teams have to offer. So is 210 Blechman facing off against... 210 Blechman Street facing off against Phoenix Rising Amethyst. Both these teams I'm looking forward to. We do see that 210 banned out. Well, actually, yeah, 210 won coin toss, chose first pick, so Matt pick went over to Phoenix Rising. So, we do see that in terms of bans, we do see it was banned on Alterac, banned on Towers of Doom, banned on Braxis Holdout, banned on Dragonshire, and that leads us to Battlefield of Eternity. I like Battlefield of I had a hiccup. I like Battlefield of Eternity a lot. It is one of my favorite maps to play, but I also do just like fighting a lot. So that could be probably a big reason behind why I like BOE, because I'm just going to run it down, see what happens. And it usually works out for me, at least, because I like playing Redacted Hero on this map. It is a fun one to play on this map. Let's go. Phoenix Rising Amethyst, says Zaku Nick the Space Pope. Welcome to the chat. Not quite a name I was expecting to read today, but that is a hell of a name indeed. But it looks like we are going to be starting it up in a few moments. I'm looking forward to this. I don't quite know what teams play, so let's see how this goes, shall we? I really need to get into a habit of actually like reading what the teams play before we get into the series. Just because, it'd probably be a good idea of, like, knowing. But I guess this was very last minute, even as casting standards go. Because, well, I literally picked this up with, well, like 14 minutes before the game was meant to start. I'm like, yeah, why not, eh? She'll be right. Just chuck her in. And that's where we're getting this. We do see it is going to be pretty standard ban. So, pretty standard first ban. Welcome, Dunzo Gaming. Hope you're doing well. But Illidan is a interesting one, especially on this map. I guess there must be an Illidan player hiding in 210 as I just scroll over to them, have a quick cheeky peeky. I don't see an Illidan being played. Is there an Illidan? Oh yeah, Illidan keeps getting banned against 210, huh? Oh wait, no, there's the Illidan. Oh yeah, I see why Illidan's banned. But I do also see Anduin banned out and Tyrael, so pretty standard bans on the left side. Definitely less standard on the right, but I guess 210 has just some interesting picks they like to throw about by the looks of things. So the question becomes, what are we going to see first from their roster? Stukov is a good one on this map. Sylvans can do well. What else do they have? We do see the Stukov. Safe. It doesn't really reveal much. It's just a good map for the Stukov. On the other side, I'd like to see maybe a Leeming or a Jaina appear. That would be a good start for kind of what you're going to roll in. Blaze is a good option as well. Oh, they play Samurai? I want to see Samurai. Never mind, screw the Blaze. Blaze, trash can. Get the Samurai out. Hell yeah, Phoenix Rising Alpha says Ben Raw. Also, welcome everyone new to the chat. I hope you're doing well today. But we do see it is going to be Brightwing and Jaina. I do like this as starting picks. They're safe picks. Jaina can be very good racing on the Immortal with her W build. Well, with Ice Fury Wand in particular does make her very good at the objective. Meanwhile, we do see a Nubrak as a kind of dive target to get onto things such as Jaina, as well as Raynor. Speaking of good racing heroes, this one is definitely one of them as well. What's it called? What's the words I'm looking for? What's the talent called? Exterminator at 1. Means Reyno's very good on the objective. Also, no worries, Eternally Blue. Also, welcome to the chat for the first time. And why am I getting messaged? Who doth ping me? Oh, it's that. Never mind. The audacity. Alright. But we do see, is Phoenix going to be banned out last? Actually, I do like the Phoenix ban here. Phoenix, I think, could be a pretty good Phoenix is pretty good in the offlane. It can be a very interesting pick. And actually looking at it, they've done very well on Phoenix thus far this season, so may as well get rid of them. Actually, it looks like Jaina is also quite comfortable pick for 210 as well, so things start to add up, and kind of, we do see the teams do understand each other. And actually, I could tell from the draft, the map bands that we were doing prior to the match, because this, oh yeah, we're going to go this. Surprise, surprise, it's this. Oh, would your next one be this? Yeah, it's that. We'd see Muradin picked up and Vala. So imagine we're going to see Q-Build Vala, and I'd like to see a Sledgehammer, Perfect Storm Sledgehammer Muradin. It's not often we do see it, but could be a fun one to see. Apparently I have Striker Killer on my friends list, and I don't actually recall ever adding them. I'm really bad at, like, figuring out why I have people... Zebo? Spider build, probably, but interesting pick. And Slow Cheetah goes Artanis. So a very strong race from the side of 210. Phoenix Rising Amethyst, though, are still nothing to sneeze at. They can do very well in their own right. I'd like to see a Blaze slow down the auto attacks. Maybe a Twin Blade variant. Samurai could be a fun one. Hogger can still do well. Like, they've still got a few good picks left up and available for them. Even like Dahaka. But no, we see Gazlo coming through. And from what I can see, that may be the first time they've picked F, G, H. Yeah, they haven't picked Gazlo this season, so that is an interesting one to start with. So these comps are going to be interesting. I will be very curious to see which way this does fall, because it can honestly go either way. In terms of straight up composition is, because it looks like the stats for season 210 has a good advantage over the Phoenix Rising team, but that's a pretty good composition Phoenix Rising has put together. I would not question that. You can get a pretty good Graver Bomb off here, and that's a lot you have to deal with. Yeah, that's actually quite a scary composition that the team potentially has. I'm just nodding my head like, yes. Watch out. Big scary. Don't forget to check for pockets. For what? Gazlos? Oh no, I pulled a Gazlo out of my pocket. Oh look, another Gazlo in this pocket. Oh, this one has an Azebo in it with some spiders. Oh great, more spiders in my pocket. It's amazing. Or what is this? A jar of toad? I think it's a jar of spiders and just a bag of toads that he throws at people. Which I don't know how well he's treating those toads. They run away then die. It's not going to be a great time to treat those toads, but without me kind of rambling on for too much longer, we are just getting into the game now. If I time this correctly. It's thinking about it. Oh no, we're waiting on Stukov. Right. Now we're getting into the game. Let's see what we have. On the side of 210 Blechman Street, we have Asterix on the... Good luck, good luck, good luck, good luck. Have fun, have fun, have fun, have fun, have fun. We have Asterix on the... Stukov, Slow Cheetah on that... Oh, Tannis going mid? Yeah, Tannis going mid. Ilodo on the... Anubrak. Zamfix is on the... Zero, and up top we do see it is going to be Arta on the Raynor. On the other side we do have Docket on the Gazlo, as well as Lieutenant LTL Barista. I actually don't know how to say the name. Lieutenant? I don't know. Zergpern is, however, on the Vala. Steph with an F on the Jaina, and rounding things out, Striker Killer with the Muradin. Illido walks straight into a bush, eats a lot of damage for it, and runs away. Don't forget check pockets. Love when Gaz says it. When Gazlo's out of pockets. Maybe I'd like to be seen. What? I have no clue what you're on about. Anyway, we're going to have a quick look at talents. We do see as Cuba Valor is going to be Fingers of Frost on the Jaina. Also Striker Killer, and not going to be an amateur opponent Artanis. We are actually going to have a stacking Artanis. Also things to note is we do have the Fetid Touch on Stukov, and Nazebo is Spider build, so they are leaning into the Spider build. Get some poison off, get a good bit of race talent. Zergburn rolls out. We do see that it is going to be Muradin stuck. Muradin, by the way, is not Perfect Storm, so they're not going full damage. But they may still choose Sledgehammer. Also, this is not a fun time for Gazlo. This is a very not fun time for Gazlo. At least Gazlo went bomb build. They didn't go auto attack build. But I think if they went auto attack build, it means they can potentially step up a little bit higher. They just need to drop turrets like frequently. But we do see it's Exterminator Rainer. I think the Spider build is going to really be the killer here. I think Spider Build's already good on the Zebo, but I will tell off one of my friends if they don't pick Spider Build if we end up on this map. They love going Thing of a Deep at level 1, the extra range, but I'm like, please don't. Just go Spiders. We win race if we go Spiders. Because Spiders, as everyone who's been hit by a jar of them by themselves is aware, do a lot of damage. It's not something easy to deal with. Oh, Swap doesn't quite find Striker Killer. Illido doesn't quite find it either. Striker Killer wanting to jump in. You can feel that. When we're on top, we can see Lieutenant Barista and LTL Barista, and Docket doing top camp. While bottom, it is going to be a camp picked up for the side of 210 Blechman Street. And Reno is very much wanting to step in here, but is having a little bit of a hard time doing so. Honestly, you can't step in here. Just quickly get this wave and push a little bit. Because you know this is not really something you can fight into. You can't step on the objective. Just kind of wasting a little bit of time here in all honesty. Meanwhile, phase shift coming up bottom. You do see everyone's top back up. Nice starting onto the from the actual Anubrak onto the 2 members. And now you can see Immortals are spawning. Camps are available. You probably want to get onto those Bruiser camps now. Striker Killer, you probably need to stay here and defend. Because, well, you can't just let these Impalers get free siege. Oh, Illido getting very aggressive. Striker Killer leading the Beatles into it. And they're just having trouble stepping in. Just keep hitting them. You're fine. You have jump to get out. Don't be scared. Objective is up at least. We do see there's a little bit of camp found earlier. For the side 210 Blechman, so they go straight to the objective. Slow Cheetah goes to swap. Actually hits the Brightwing with it, but Brightwing is ultimately going to be fine. Does get burrow charged by Barista. Talent Spree. I have opened talents many times, but I won't open them again, no worries. But we do now see that it is going to be the phase shift coming out onto Striker. Okay, I see you say lol, never mind. I looked at my stream and saw talents being opened up. No, that is very funny timing, yes indeed. We can see all the while Reno is racing top, and we can see that there is going to be the advantage in favor of 210 Blechman coming up first. Illido actually taking a lot. That is a good polymorph, and now that is Striker Killer in trouble. They do jump out. Arta all the while hitting them. And honestly, just go back to racing if you're Arta. Go back to racing if you're Xanthix. You can get decent value out of here with you two alone, and I don't think that the other team can beat you out. Yeah, up until Jaina gets level 7 with Ice Fury Wand, she is not amazing at racing. Similarly for Zergburn, Vala needs their level 7 of Monster Hunter to really start tearing through the Immortal. Now we can see Slow Cheetah is making their way back bottom. Docket is going to be in a good old tussle with him. Does dodge the swap, so we'll be fine. Meanwhile, we do see Silent Killer getting aggressive mid, not top. Nice burrow charge. There is a silence battle. Silent Killer walks straight into it, walks back out. Stuns the... Oh, as they stuns the Anubrak. However, coming around the corner is Slow Cheetah, and they do take down the Muradin. We do see a Vault from Zergburn used. They are getting very low on resources and do at least have tap to reset their mana. Slow Cheetah does get hit with a shot of the objective, just... Not objective, but the keep. Forward. Taking a good little bit of damage, minus 10 armor, but ultimately going to be fine. I'm going to tell us while we get level 7s rolling through. Just see there's a couple more in waiting to be chosen. And this looks like to be a first fort down pretty quickly, and that is a good cleanse by Barista on the Brightwing. I nearly said Chromie. Not remotely the right hero. It's a fairy dragon, so I don't even know if you technically classify it as a dragon. But in terms of stacking, we are getting up there in terms of Nazebo. He is at 60 of his 100 stacks of spiders. Fetid Touch still needs a little bit longer to cook. It is only at 3 of those stacks. Otherwise, we do see it as 41 Artana stacks. Phase shift coming out. Very bold to do it there. Either Slow Cheetah and... Well, both Slow Cheetah and Illido can cancel that. Also, Gazlo went down bottom to the Raynor. Meanwhile, this is not where you quite want to be. That is a Brightwing in trouble. Does get double stun. No escape. Blink Heal is not up for another 2 levels. And that is a Brightwing going down. Meanwhile, all the way bottom, we see it is going to be Raynor just doing camp. What a simple time it is for Raynor down bottom. He's just vibing. He's just having a good time. He's just having a cheeky good time. He's a little guy having a good time. Meanwhile, on top we can see, however, it's not quite as good a time for Phoenix Rising Amethyst. They are going to be trying to force out the side of 210 Blechman, but there's just such aggression coming from 210 Blechman. Street Killer jumps over. Zergpern, however, is stuck in the zombie wall. That silence a little bit late from Asterix, and keep in mind it is fetid touch. It is not quite something you are going to easily deal. Like you don't quite have that kill pressure that low blow has. Burrow charge finds Striker Killer. We do see another jump. Silence Bottle under it, but no, Striker Killer is going to be fine. What we do here, Vala is getting those Qs off. We do see Gargantuan drop, so this is just a full commit to pushing. So basically, at this point, we are forcing the team to go. We're forcing the Immortal to go bottom, but let's have a look what happened. Because we do see Gargantuan was picked up. Suppression Pulse, Flailing Swipes on the Stukov, as well as the Rainer's Raider. Yeah, Rainer's Raider, and rounding things out is the Locust Swarm on the Anubarak. Which, I will admit, I will put my hand up and say, yeah, I smack talk Locust Swarm a lot. One of my friends on the team I used to play with, Greg, loved playing Locust Storm, and I talked mad smack about it. It can do well in actually quite a few situations, but I do think Cocoon's better in a lot of instances. But we do see 10 to R for both teams now, so quickly run it down. Never mind, we're going to have a team fight coming out first. It's nice double stun. We see the Suppression Pulse coming on top. There's Grab Bomb hitting a nice free man. Illido getting relatively low, but not quite going down. Yes, they do. Meanwhile, now Slow Cheetah is one on the firing line. Do go down. All while there was Raynor and Nazebo. Well, actually, just Nazebo. Yeah, no, Raynor and Nazebo racing. Oh, Nazebo is being slowed forever by Water Elemental and Jaina, but they actually get out. Meanwhile, Asterix in a little bit of a rough spot, taking a lot of arrows, goes down. Unfortunate for them. But yes, we do see the Gravel Bomb. We see Blink Heal, Brightwing. Muradin has gone Avatar. Rain Avenges Vala, and rounding things out is the Summon Water Elemental from Jaina. So, pretty good all-round talents, all very much the standard array. It's not like, well, outside of... Nope, that's unfortunate, Striker Killer. But no, outside of Locust Swarm, these are very standard array of heroics. There's really Striker Killer that stands out the most. That is actually... Sure, you lost it. Oh, never mind, you lost 2 buildings. That's unfortunate. Getting aggressive. Striker Killer, very disjointed from the rest of the team. Don't go in, Striker Killer. That's not where you want to be. Yeah, sure, we see a siege camp being done. You're going, oh, maybe they're using cooldowns. But they also just tore that apart. And we can see that Striker Killer does back up to their own Bruiser. I'd like to see them rotated siege, considering they knew more or less where 210 was going. Speaking of which, they are going to go on Bruiser. What do Phoenix Rising need to do here? Get a good comp. Honestly, your objective fight is really good for Phoenix Rising. You get one good fight together with things such as the Gravel Bomb early on in the objective, and you can have the objective, but you really need to do something before Raynor and Nazebo get all that race. Also, speaking of which, we do see Nazebo at 96 out of those 100 stacks, nearly have the bonus damage there. They are going full spider build. Oh, dive coming out, barely falling short of the Vala. See, Vala, however, goes down pretty quick all in all. And we do see Strike Killer does pop the Avatar. That is really unfortunate they have to pop there. If you dock it, now's not the time to pop Gravel Bomb. Oh, nice stun from the Anubarak. We do see Slow Cheetah considers swapping going. Maybe not the best idea. Anubarak, however, has taken down the sidewall, so they do have at least a means to get out. Swap coming out onto Docket. We do see a stun. Honestly, now is the time to grab her. Does hit the Slow Cheetah in the middle of it. But Slow Cheetah is able to get out. Nope, Striker Killer looks like they're going to get low. Barista goes in right as Muradin goes out. Fortunately, they didn't go down there. All while Nazebo is picking up that side soak. We can see now that is, however, going to be an even talent field. Talent advantage, even talent space, even talent zone. Hard to say. But race once again being turned on by 210. Arctic getting decent value. Nice stun by Striker Killer. But that's probably one that escapes the easiest. Illido does unstop out. Oh, Xamfix maybe one in trouble here. And that is a kill onto the Nazebo. Meanwhile, Striker Killer very aggressive. We see Slow Cheetah has found them, however. Nice stun, nice stun. We see the Haymaker getting value. Not the Haymaker, the Hammer getting value. Also, welcome, Raka. Hope your stream went well today. I feel like you were casting. But no, I hope the stream went well. How did everything go? We do see there's going to be a fight coming along. Zergpern rolling. Actually gets hit by Illido's stun. They don't have escape anymore, and they have a bunch of beetles running at them. Stefan F, however, turns a corner. Blasts Illido full of ice in the face. But that is really going to be them turning around. Their teams are through, so both teams, I'm actually going to close it now. Also, is Icy Veins on Vagina, so I'd like to see them get on top objective and just push their buttons. Just absolutely just drop everything on the Immortal. Or at least drop it on a Gravo Bomb, which Gaslow is coming back now. I'd like to see a good Gravo Bomb coming up here. Because, well, outside of Nubrak, they don't really have great escapes. Speaking of which, Nubrak is dead. Slow Cheetah is very much living up to their name. Thank you to the... Okay, look. I usually only see your streams during the weekend where I just sit and lurk quietly because I forget to say anything. But, look. I hope the match went well either way. This is my second cast of the evening. We did do a Heroic Division game before this, but now definitely went, you know what, I'm going to do one more. Division E West had one open, like, you know what, why not, let's do this. So here we are. It has been a little bit rough for Phoenix Rising Amethyst so far, but they have the tools to come back. They find one good combo with Gravo Bomb, and it's actually all over Red Rover. Speaking of which, there comes a Gravo Bomb. There's no bomb to follow up. Docket needs to be a bit quicker on that bomb, but they at least got the kill anyway. Also, Docket's about to lose a lot of health. Does get out of the zombie wall. You see Muradin very split. Gerudo King, hey, how you doing? And that is going to be a nice double kill by Raynor. And that, however, is going to be the objective going over to Phoenix Rising Amethyst for the first time this series. But now they have to do cleanup. Because that's 3 Catters on Claw. 4 Core. Smart leaving Brightwing do it. Brightwing at least says Global to get back. But you have nothing there pushing with objective. So while you do have the objective, you don't have any means to push with it. But I guess that makes sense. You're missing your tank. You're missing your bruiser. It's not really something you want to be. So this Immortal gets, what, 1 tower. It may get the second one and the gate. Does it get the gate? Does it get the gate? It does barely get the gate. We just see the last swipe of the Immortal finding it. And now I see bottom camp being done. Honestly, run top camp if you're Phoenix Rising. But that camp is torn apart so quickly. Things like Exterminator and the Spiders from Nazebo tear this apart. Also, update on the stacking. We do see 19 out of 20 globes from Jaina. She will get that very shortly. We do also see my camera work being shoddy. But on the other side of things, only 8 stacks out of the 15 for Fetid Touch. Yeah. So it is still being worked towards. They need to get this now and then just kind of leave. Oh. Early burrow from Illido does drop the spell armor. Zergpern does get a decent stun with that Rain of Vengeance. Illido actually being just wailed upon by Striker Killer. Jumps over, lands on Zamfix, doesn't have a hammer to follow up it. If they just go, you know what, we're leaving, we're done, we're good, we're out, have a nice time. We need to deal bottom. This is not our fight anymore, and we can see they are backing out to go deal with it. Vala just straight up halved. But no. Rest of them rotating down to deal with bottom camp. Nope. Are we really considering pushing again? That's the thing. The team of 210 Blechman have been able to get very aggressive this series so far. They got fought down, keep down actually about 4 or 5 minutes ago now. So this is a very dangerous spot for Phoenix Rising. I don't think they can sit around. The race on 210 Blechman is just too good. You need to challenge them in this instance. Because we can see here, I'm just going to literally hold it here. We can see how this goes. Go. I will have to say that there was... Actually, it's quite close. If Bala was there immediately, maybe that's a bit different, but there's not much in it. 2,000. You may take that if you're Phoenix Rising, but you may just need to run Muradin as kind of defense. We see that it is starting to push up. I'm going to zoom back in now that we're getting into closer ranges. Slow Cheetah has been found. Striker Killer slams the ground, decides to rotate up. And they're being very good about watching this Immortal. Phoenix Rising, we can just see them dancing around. Silent Killer hitting the Rayna's Raider. Rayna's Raider goes down. So that's a good start. Oh, Q stack onto Arthur. Doesn't quite find Illidovo. Meanwhile, they're running out of time now. They're taking too much time posturing. There's going to be 2 Ketters by the looks of it on core. Grab a bomb. Doesn't quite find anything. That's unfortunate from Gazlo. Meanwhile, we can see Zerpin in the backline. Vala is being pressured. Does get stunned. Illido will go down. You know, you can see Brightwing phase shifts. Oh, Blink heals out. That is already going to be too much. Stocket's going to fall. Lieutenant Barista trying to save people, but no, they get swapped in. Phase shift cancels. Striker Killer gets out. No, they don't. They go down. And now, honestly, you don't even need the Immortal. You can probably just end. You have a decent wave pressure already built up. Just go. Get her done. But no, we can see Nazebo goes. Nazebo's doing the right thing. Interesting. Honestly, I think in terms of grand scheme of things, technically the correct thing for 210 to do was just go core and end. I understand one to the objective because then you're not giving your enemy team a way to get back in, but they're only just respawning now. We do see it's another 10 seconds before Gazlo can get here. Nazebo's already started hitting the core, so that looks like it'll be falling pretty shortly. Vala rolls out. They're going to be fine. They do W Arta, but no, they're going to be holding defensive. Not too much more can be done here. That core's quickly dropping. And that'll be first map of the series, going over to the side of Phoenix Rising Amethyst. GG. Called by both teams. Yeah. Oh, I forget how tired doing 2 casts in a row makes me. Give me a moment. There we go. Sorry about that. So, looking at things, we do see Anubrak did get punched a little bit. Similarly, Artanis also sharing the most deaths of their team. But in terms of damage and such, we do see here, in terms of Siege, Gazlo had most 109k compared to Zebra's 93k. Hero damage, 48k, Raynor 44k, Jaina healing, 51k, Stukov 71k of a Brightwing, and as well as Soak, we do see it's actually very close between Gazlo and Azebo, only 332 apart. Very close to 333 would have been very nice, but no, we do not get that. But yeah, it just seems like a rough time for the side of Phoenix Rising. We can see 210, Nazebo, Raynor, both within 5k of each other, a little bit behind, but it just, there's a lot of single target damage we need to deal with. Raynor, Nazebo, Artanis all do excellent under, well, single target damage. We do have strong auto attackers, and Nazebo has his spiders. Not something you quite want to deal with, because if we look at our talents, we can see it was indeed spider build Nazebo, which is scary nonetheless. We'll see Raynor did go that kind of racing build, and Artanis kind of forsook going the amateur opponent and went Protector of Aya. Protector of Aya, yeah. Which, nice by them. Also want to note that, interesting to see Fetid touch on the Stukov. Not often you do get to see it, but they seem to have been making it work. I don't know if normal low blow build would have been more effective, but that's really hard to say in these circumstances. Other thing I want to note is, well, is there actually anything else I want to note? No. Yeah, actually there is. I'm very interested as to why no Ice Fury Wand. That's definitely something that does stand out to me in particular. We usually do see the Ice Fury Wand, so not seeing it is definitely a big kind of, I wonder why. That's one of the things I would like to ask, but I may not get the chance to ask it. So that was map number 1. The question is, what are we going to see for map number 2, as I'm going to swap it back over to our map view screen. I can't see any maps yet, so we are still waiting a little bit. But what will we see is the question. It's going to be Infernal, I can guarantee it. This bloody bug. Ah! Insects! Ah! They annoy me so much. Oh, that was a rough one. What do we think we need to see from Phoenix Rising? The team fight wasn't able to compete. I would like to see a honestly rip a macro map. I know it's a macro map. Macro map. I don't even know where the R came from for Rakro. Just rip him. Because I said rip as well. Rip a macro map. Go like Zagara. Go like Samuro, please. Go anything that's just wanting to... Just go a bunch of specialists and just run it down. No, it would be fun to see that, but in all honesty, they just need to find like a good quick pick. There are a few fights they did that, and they did actually win an objective for it. Yes, so Ezo, the reason why I mentioned Ice Fury Wand is because, well, it leans more into racing on the objective. Because Ice Fury Wand gives cooldown reduction to your W for auto attacks you do on chilled on all targets, but just gives further bonus on chill targets. So essentially you're wanting to Ice Fury Wand more so you can Blizzard more, so you can actually just get more and more damage out on the objective. And there actually may have been a few instances where the objective would have been more in their favor, and they actually would have been able to win these races if they chose it. But it looks like we're going to be going to Tomb of the Spider Queen. I'm going to be honest, I saw Tomb of the Spider Queen, got very confused. I'm like, wait a minute, that was banned. No, it was the last series it was banned in. And it looks like it was chosen by 210 Blechman Street. Yeah, Ice Fury Wand, very map specific. It's not often picked outside of it. Otherwise, I'm usually inclined to agree with E-Build. I do like Cone of Cold at level... What's the level I'm thinking of? 7. And we're just waiting on 1 to get back in. So we will be seeing that soon enough. Tomb of the Spider Queen. Go Junkrat. No, they didn't really get a chance to choose a map pick. I do like that they do have first pick. Hopefully they can make something work from this. I believe in them. I believe they're going to pick the Joanna. They pick something good like a Malfurion. Malfurion will be a fun one to see. You can't guarantee we'd see it. But Malfurion, like Jaina, Joe, maybe even a variant are going to lean into the classic taunt blow-up style composition, and that could be a fun one to watch. Sorry, stretching, and I'm just leaning back whenever I stretch just to lean back in. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this. I would like to see even just... Oh, they do play variant. Actually, I would like to see a blow-up combo here. Ahoy, ahoy, word. I'm just going to say caster is ready. Is ready. Let's just hope it kind of pushes them into gear. Alright, they are seeing. Okay, see, hard to pass up machine gun combo. Yeah, I do feel that, but that was a team you're going into that they're not quite as grouped because there are often 2 people missing. So for machine gun E, while it does make sense with things such as the Frozen Veins, it's a lot harder to get value if you've only got 2 people running at you and the other 3 are kind of like quite far enough back where they're not getting hit by the cone, especially Rainer and Zebo, who are racing a lot of the time that map. But as you hear, we are getting into Tomb of the Spider Queen, so let's go over draft and see how we go, shall we? Waiting for players. So it is going to be Phoenix Rising Amethyst with first pick. So what shall we see? Illidan banned out first for just not wanting to deal with it. Fair enough. It looks like 210 Blechman is doing well for Illidan. Just get rid of it now. Make it easier for yourself. Far less a headache, just making sure that's not happening to you. Counting down. Are we going to see a Joanna ban? What a surprise! Joanna banned out. We're getting a very similar start to last time. So what? Anduin was banned out by 1 team and it was... Oh shoot, who did they ban out last time? Can't remember. I'm just like, I'm just racking my brain going, what is it? What was it? I can't remember the other healer. It was Illidan and it was something else. It was something else strange, I think, as well. Tyrael, that was it. I knew I was going to see it and go, yep, that was it. And it was indeed Tyrael. And how did I get my hair stuck on my microphone? Go, ow, 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 ow. Ow. There we go. But no, what, last time Anduin was banned out by the side of 210? So we may see another Anduin ban. Well, Light Bomb does pretty well into a lot of situations, and we do see it's indeed Anduin. Right. What are we going to see first picked? I honestly don't know if you want Brightwing or not. I think, well, Brightwing is a good healer. I don't, oh, actually no, Team 210 has played a little bit, but I don't know if it's always necessarily a first pick ability. We do see Sylvanas picked up first. I do actually very much like this on Tomb of the Spider Queen. That just Black Arrow ability does very much help push into the enemy team while you are in the actual objective phase itself. While you do have your web weavers pushing with the team, it does very much make things more difficult. Early Tychus pick, and we do see Lily picked up as well. Definitely some of the... Lily's not something you see very often, but this somehow is the second series today that I've casted that does have Lily. Interesting. No, Lily has won 100% of their games this season, so I guess we'll see that. There's a Brightwing, and a Nubrak picked up by the side of Phoenix Rising Amethyst this time around. Interesting that we're not letting it go the same way this time, so they're going, actually, you know what, we want him. Give him to us. He is ours to have. Mine! Counting down once again. We do see it is going to be the Vala band out next. So, what now? One more ban available. What is it going to be for Phoenix Rising? Gul'dan is a pretty good ban here. They still need tank. They still need... Yep. Tank's also good put. Honestly, very good ban from on Diablo. Have a good laydown, Raka. Greatly appreciate you even dropping in. So Jaina, we do see they are picked up by Slow Cheetah. And Leoric Zamfix. So we can see a little of the combo potential coming out now. If we get a good old Entomb, slap a Jaina W on top, and someone is probably going to die. I only say probably because, well, there are some decent means to save him. Post 20, I'd love to see Fury protect us from Brightwing, but I know Invisible Friends has picked a lot. And we do see Kalphus and Sonya rounding things out, and we do still need the tank for Blechman. Muradin. I think the tanks were legitimately just swapped this game around, Ben. So now that 210 Blechman has Muradin, and now Phoenix Rising Amethyst has Anubarak. I always do like both these compositions. I do wonder about Lily because of the lack of focused healing you can give, but it can still do well. Cleanse has a little bit of heal on it. Jugs is great for team fights. However, if you get cocooned while you're using Jugs, that may cause a bit of an issue for your team. So, I don't know. I think around these objectives, Kalphus will be an interesting choice. It definitely makes it a little bit harder for the team of... So I'm just going to do something real quick while I have this. I'm making my mouse small. There we go. So I'm going to swap into the game. I'll talk about the teams, then I'll start talking about what I want to talk about. On the side of... Where's my mouse gone? There it is. On the side of Phoenix Rising Amethyst, as I realize I'm on the wrong screen, we do have Steph with an F on the Kalphus, as well as Zergpern on the Sylvanas, Space Pope, Anubrak, Lieutenant Barista. I still don't know if it is. Little. It's Little Barista. And Docket is on the right wing, and Docket is on the Sonya. Me on the other side, we do see Arta is on the Lily. Slow Cheetah, Jaina, Illido on the Muradin, who does get a nice stun. We'll see Dung Beetle on the Tigers, and Zamfix on the big old mop man himself, Leoric. How did I not realize it's Little Barista for so long? That makes sense now I'm looking at it. Now that I've realized it, it makes sense. I couldn't figure out what LTL meant for so long. Oh, nice damage onto Zamfix. Zamfix being run down. But no, we see Illido going, no, stop that. Little backhand, little soft. No, you don't. The flies have come back again. But no, that is a very good peel on the team. For the team, I should say. We see rotation, double rotations coming up. It may... Oh, actually. No, we don't. We see a double rotation Leoric. But we do see the team four-manning bottom. So very much treating this like... What's the map I'm thinking of? treating the map like Towers of Doom with your rotations. I'm also going to bring up talents just because I know someone's about to ask me. I can feel it in my bones that someone's going to go, show talents, please. Which I'm more than happy to show talents. It is not something I'm complaining about, just more I can feel it coming. Interesting, we're seeing the block charges from the Sonya. Not often you see that, but in terms of quests, we do see the only quest actually being done is the Mana Addict Kael'thas. But otherwise, I like to see the Spell Armor on Nubarak, especially into this composition. Right, also we're seeing Mirrodin baseline, has it hand. And also, Jaina didn't go the... that makes sense. I was like, wait a minute, how did he get so far? But that makes sense. Oop, Arta backing out. Space Poke doing the best. All while Sonya is getting bullied a bit bottom by Jaina. Honestly, just spear onto her and just start hitting slam. It is? I feel like I'm being gaslit, girl boss, gatekept by you, buddy, Rakavir. I'm not entirely sure about this, but if it is, so be it. If I've been getting this right all along and now I've messed up my own internal thought process, I'm going to be angry with myself. But we do see now there's a Nubrak going up against Xamfix up here, which is not fun for them. Docket is considering going in, does get forced out. Honestly, just switch Docket and Nubrak. Let Docket double soak. Sonya can do it. We can see they're going spin build. Oh, Dung Beetle low. Nice bomb by Kael'thas, and they do actually take things out. Phase Shift's coming out into Docket. Black Arrows go. Black Arrows go. Team support him. Oh, Illido jumps in, takes a lot of damage for their jump. We see they go down, and this is actually looking much better for Phoenix Rising Amethyst so far. They're feeling it. They're getting in the vibe. They are knowing. It feels like they know what they're doing this map. It seems, well, they didn't pick it. They're having a good start. Their composition's doing well. I did say it's a little bit awkward for a Nubrak to be going into the Leoric top. A Nubrak does not really have any good way of fighting into Leoric top. But I do like this camp being picked up. And I want to know... Yes, that's exactly why you do it, Izo. You gotta make a good, like, bruiser-sized pinata out of your offlaner. Albeit, Leoric is one of those ones who's harder to kind of lock down, so to speak. We see Xamfix actually takes a lot of damage here. But they're not really going to go down. They're just going to Aussie and Renewal it back up. Also, looking at talents, we do see that it is Master Assassin now picked up. I don't know why closing it now. They're nearly at level 7. Jump from Illido does get out. The double bruiser camp is pushing mid. And actually, turn-in is available first for Phoenix Rising Amethyst. You do see it is... My mouse is so small now. You do see it is highlighted down here, so it is a available turn-in. Space Probe has 29 gems. Speaking about pinatas, that is not one you're wanting to pop. Nice burrow charge by Space Probe as they do get out to safety. And loot LTL Barista does heal them up. Well, at bottom we see Arta coming up now that Lily is just gonna go aggressive. Ooh. That is unfortunate. Good kill by Slow Cheetah though. Space Pop is trying to find an opening to turn this in, but they haven't been able to do so far. Oh, that's awkward. Looks like we are kind of cold on Jaina as well, so let me open that up. Nope. Slow Cheetah is the one in trouble there, taking a lot of damage. They don't have Ice Block available, and they go down. That is 9 gems lost. Never mind, Illido picks them all up. Space Pop all while getting drained by Xamfix. 65 spell armor does a decent amount. Nice phase out by Zergpern as they are safe. Illido turning the 13, we do see Docket does spear in, but they're going to have to leave. They're not really wanting to full commit to that fight. Mirrodin, pick what you can pick, so I'm going to close this. Also, as Master Second Tychus does go down. Leoric is going to be forced up and out. We do see that it is a 4-man just clearing this one. And actually, at this point, I feel like Red either needs to swap solo lane or Red just needs a hard push top. I feel like that's what needs to happen, but it looks like it is just going to be, they're going to commit to losing bot. I don't think Docket, I know Docket can't stop this. Interesting, they decide to spin in. It's not really the correct choicing here. It looks like they are going to be rotating down. Space Boat comes flying in, doesn't quite hit anything. And we do see the team leaves. This is actually going to be a saved building. Very quick rotation. Meanwhile, top we do see Zergpern is trying their best to stop that. We do see the drain coming out from Xamfix. They do stay under it a little bit too long, take a few shots. Well, actually only one shot. See now, Mirrodin has finally picked for level 7 of Skullcracker. Only 2 levels late. The question is, does Space Boat get their turn anytime soon? Nice! Flame Strike by Amethyst. Docket is for 1 in trouble. Start spinning. Good polymorph. No one's able to finish Docket off. But Space Poke for Pinata is still... Space Pinata it is still available to turn in. They have 43 of their own gems. But we do see 10s are now through for 210. Well, actually both teams. So we do see Avatar Mirrodin, Jugs Lily. Well, there it is. There is that Entomb Leoric. Commander Odin Tychus once again. I assumed with Master Assassin we were going to see the Commander Odin, but no, we see Draken Laser Drill, which is why I was meant to say Draken Laser Drill. Other things to note is we do also have the Ring of Frost Trainer. Oh, yep, saw that one coming. So I'm going to close this and talk about 10s later. That is a lot being dropped. Wailing Arrow does get a double silence. There's Ring of Frost hitting 2 out of the 5 members. And there is the Pyroblast hitting Arthur. Not really going to do much. That is going to be Arthur living. Well, too much. It did a lot of damage, but Arthur is still alive. The Sylvanas relatively low, Doc's relatively low. Arthur and Slow Cheetah all while also losing health. Space Boat being drained by the Leoric. That creepy hand does do a very good job at getting damage off on healthy targets and keeping yourself sustained. Slow Cheetah, that's not where you want to be. Yep. That was Deja Vu. That very much was Deja Vu. Dung Beetle stopping the turn-in from Space Boat and LTL Barista. Now we can see all our bottom. Sonya and Kael'thas doing camp. Oh, Cleanse came out from Lily. Phase shift onto the Sylvanas. All the while pushing top, Leoric is going to be getting that in the next 2 swipes. Fight continuing. We see Illudo jumps. You see Dung Beetle has that extended dash range. That slam from Docket does actually seal the kill as the poison from the Shadow Dagger damage from Sylvanas does make him die. You can't use that early Zerg pen. I guess you can actually. Oh, I thought Leoric was going to be. No, Sylvanas is going to see if they can help top 1 push up. We see Sonya's bottom, nor while it is going to be the Brightwing and the Kael'thas mid. Nice polymorph onto Xamfix. Xamfix knows, like, actually, you know what, I'm not too fussed about just these 2 in particular. I should be fine. I also haven't mentioned, by the way, I didn't see the Leap Sonya, but I did definitely see the others. I do like Cocoon on the Anubarak. Right, that is going to be that. Web Weaver cleared out pretty quick. Up top now, we do see a pretty healthy Web Weaver still, considering how long it had to walk. And them getting this open will be huge. In fact, they kind of need this building. Docket being found is rough one. They do leap out, but it wasn't on the Lily. In fact, it was on the Leoric. And they do actually find that building and actually have a little bit of a Web Weaver left. Jaina still making their way up. Rotating in behind will be a questionable choice, but there isn't a call on them. They get a very good Ring of Frost onto the backline hitting 2. Mirrodin jumps in. We do see that's 2 kills immediately for Jaina. That Cone of Cold does find its value. Spacebook, 31 gems. There goes the Pinata. Steph from the F has 24 of their own. Docket not able to get out. There's a Skullcracker Mirrodin stopping them from running away. And it looks like it's going to be an immediate boss call. There it is. Let's have a look at these talents, shall we? It's just the Spell Armor? Carry Protector? Safety Dust. More healing. We do also see that, yeah, relatively standard across the board. We are going Drain build Leoric, Creepy Hand build Leoric, so that's interesting time. And Jaina has gone Big Blizzard, which I thought with E build we'd see Frozen Icy Veins, but no, apparently not. Here, Mirrodin passive going off, and the side of 210 Blechman have turned in once again. Oh, Xamfix is turning in now. Honestly, push top. I think pushing top's the correct choice here if you are 210 Blechman. But no, they are just going to get mid. They're going to try open up the map a little bit more. We see Leoric going bottom. But no, considering how much pressure... I think if you push a boss, you may have a little bit more pressure. But it is unfortunate. Sometimes you do just not quite... You're not quite on the same page all the time. Kael'thas getting good flame strike off underneath. Does clear out the wave. And now we can see the Web Weaver's pushing up, dropping in. And they're going to... I feel like should sustain mid. Oh no, coming straight bot feels like a mistake. I feel like bot was falling no matter what happened mid. At least if you fought with a web weaver, you had a chance of getting mid with that web weaver, but it goes down pretty quick. And say that they may just push in now and take it and make me look like a liar, which is the case. It is the case. I am a liar, isn't it? Alright, that goes down. Meanwhile, we do see now the team is going to be rotating up. They want to get that top pressure continuing like I thought they actually would with the boss. But keep in mind, they do have their bruiser camp up. They can do that. Bottom siege camp is up. But I'd like to actually see Phoenix Rising Amethyst steal that bottom siege camp. They do have a... oh, they didn't even do their bruiser. They started their bruiser. We can see it was late. It looks like they are just had the call for Leoric as well. Leoric has 36 gems. Ossium Renewal will not save him. And that's actually a lot of gems lost in that one instant. I was about to close the talent page. It's it doesn't matter because they're going to about get it anyway. And I want to keep that open just so you at home, the viewer, can see what talent's being picked. Because we do see it's like Lethal Water Dragon. We can see it's kind of Jump Muradin. We can see a few full Q build coming out. We can see the Numbing Blast. And what is it? Come on, Leoric. We know it's going to be Drain. Oh, he's forgotten he's playing Leoric. How long till he moves, chat? Is he going to respawn? Oh, no, he's realized. He's remembered. And he's back. He may have just been having like a drink of water, because you know what? A drink of water sounds like a great idea right about now. Red has turned in, I should know. In fact, it is Space Pope with most... Space Pope has enough, Docket has enough. If you manage to split it off those three, if you manage to get free gems on someone else, Space Pope don't pick it up. Zergpin pick it up. Huh. But yeah, if they get these free gems in really quick, they can get it. Oh, I think actually Space Pope may have been able to get it, but no, they got cold feet. Meanwhile, we can see Sonya picks it up bottom, so it doesn't matter. Anyway, Wailing Arrow fighting just Xanthix. We can see Lee does cleanse it off. Docket is now here. We do see the sphere come out, doesn't quite find anything. Jump from Muradin. They are dwarf launch, so they have an easier time getting out. And there comes the Web Weavers. It's going to be quite pushed out bottom, at least mid they can get some decent pressure. And top is still even. You're just kind of nullifying that top bit. Unless you want to bully Leoric again. Bullying Leoric again. It is. Muradin following up behind. Just turn on Muradin. Yep. Muradin actually used jump there. That is now something very punishable. That is a dead Muradin. He PRB needed a min after those 36 gens. Yeah, he probably did need a minute after that. Yeah, I'd definitely have a think about it as well. If I lost 36, I may be a little bit tilted. Space Pop goes over wall. That's not quite the play there. You can see that they're wanting out. Pyroblast doesn't quite kill Arta. They do heal up. They did have jugs available. Slow Cheat, however, in a lot of danger. Well, actually, lost a lot of health. Xanthix was the one in danger, but does get out. All while Muradin is still dead. But it's been hard for Phoenix Rising Amethyst once again to kind of push in. They can wait, see if the team goes elsewhere, and we can see they're just going to go push bottom. They're going to even up the map. Again, I would like to see a team going top and pushing. This is so close to going down. This is such a good win condition at the moment. But no, I do like the idea of running bottom. I like the idea... Oh, never mind, the camp's not up. I like the idea of stealing the camp at least. But it's not up, so you can't steal it yet. But also there's all the talent so far. I'm going to close that. Shadow Dagger coming out from Zergpern. Nice stun from Muradin. Good stun from Docket. There comes the Dwarf launch from Muradin. But it looks like people are rotating up now. Good hammer from... Oh, Tongue Beetle, you showed. We know where you are. But no, I should say they know where you are. But no, that's good aggression coming out from Phoenix Rising. They very much need to even things out. And actually, in terms of the grand scheme of things, they're slightly hidden in terms of structures, even if they are down a full level. But that is something you can come back from. Especially when you're going to be picking up these off-lane camps and things such as that. Let's have a look. Where's it really passive? Minion. Yeah, a lot of it's from Minion, but that's because you've had Leoric double soaking a lot of the time. That's been quite hard for the side of 210 Blechman to keep up with. Other than that, everything kind of makes sense. Mercenary a little bit. You could definitely hit on heroes, but it's really that Minions one, and even passive because of how much earlier the team of 210 Blechman had the objective that they did get a decent advantage there. Really? We're doing boss? This is the second boss call of the game? No? They're just checking? Do it. You can see the team bot. You just rip it, right? The question is, do they realize? Jane is clearing mid, so I don't think so. They may be going, what if they're turning in and waiting for a gank? But no, they're not. We can see that Zamfix is turning in there free. You can see that it's pretty spread out. They do get theirs. They do now know boss is being done. That does show for a little bit, but no, it is capped before they can even get up there. And that is a well-timed boss for Phoenix Rising Amethyst. 210 Blechman, a little bit slow in rotation there, but they do at least have the Web Weavers coming out. So defend yourselves or perish. That Sand Golem will at least slow things down a little bit top lane. So you can actually clear mid, clear bot, clear top, and Bob's your uncle, she'll be right. Nope, Web Weaver finally gave up on boss. So actually you go top next, then bottom. Before the whole team can rotate up, honestly, just attack it now. Yeah. Good Phoenix. Yeah. Good Phoenix riding it. PRA. I don't know. Probably PRA is just easier to say. Space Pope checks below with a Q. Muradin jumps over top. Cleanse coming up from Beerista. A little bit early, but we do see a nice Wailing Arrow stopping too. It is going to be Entomb up, and it's going to be popped directly on top of, well, unfortunately, Amethyst. Brightwing Blink healed into it. Also, Cold Snap just went out. That is going to be a Nubrak going down before Vegan escape. We do at least see Docket live. Zergburn now in trouble. Does dodge Muradin and does manage to Wailing Arrow out. Not Wailing Arrow. Shadow Wave out. Oh. Web Weaver just kind of fell over and died, huh? Meanwhile, Sonya has gone bottom to deal with bottom Web Weaver. Oh. Zergburn in trouble. We do see Hammer coming out from Illidor. I don't know if they get out. Ring of Frost actually already back up, and that is going to be a dead... Boy, that's going to be a dead Sylvanas. And now we see Sonya coming up, going, huh. I need to stop this now, don't I? And albeit, Sonya's probably one of the better ones too. But this is definitely a window for 210 to at least get some core damage. Nice, Entomb versus Silence Entomb. That is buried live, and that is Sonya going down. And now that may just be an end call from the side of 210 Blechman. We can see that Illidor jumps on over. And I brought it talents anyway, just so everyone can see what was picked. But it doesn't matter in the end, it is a core quickly dropping now. Jug's being dropped. That is the Ice Swat coming out, and that is the game and the series going over to the side of 210 Blechman. GG from both sides. Well played. I nearly clicked the wrong button. So, in the end, good damage from Amethyst in all honesty, and actually Sylvanas did very well, 42k, 42k in between them, and actually they had a very good lead for a lot of the game. Phoenix Rising Amethyst were getting the kills. There was a little bit of trouble in that top lane. Macro was quite hard to deal with, and they weren't sure how to, they didn't have a real good strategy to deal with Leoric, and that may have been what cost them the game a little bit. But they did definitely look strong on this map. They did look to be actually quite comfortable into 210, and really that is a battle in of itself. To say that I know that there is a little bit of difference in the division between these two. I can double check this. If I go to the right page, I can. Yeah, 210 Blechman is top. Phoenix Rising is about 5th from what I can see. So considering how that was going, they did well all in all. They did definitely go down fighting in this match. They wanted to make sure that, well, it wasn't going to be a total pushover. They wanted one last good swing before the end of the season. So I'm going to put myself in the lobby, see if anyone is willing to join me, as I'm going to quickly talk about talent as well. GG says Obelisk. Everything kind of interesting to see Lily W build. It's not often you see that either. More often not you see the Q build from Lily. Drain build Leoric is definitely an interesting one. Not often you see that. More often not you see auto attack or the what is it? Wraithwalk build. Both of those are very popular. Other things we see is Sonya went spin build. Not often. You don't see Whirlwind very often anymore. More often you've seen Slam. But actually this season in particular, Whirlwind has been making a return, so to speak. Nubrak went W at 1 and 7. I do actually like that. However, Tychus does feed on it a little. But it did help into the late game as Tychus was going into that Q. But there's just a lot of damage coming out. No Warriors Eternally Blue. Right, I'm now going to ping the team and see if 210's willing to join me. Because I know they may not be asked to do this very often anymore, and I've actually clicked Alt Tab and set Enter. And I know that I should probably ask a bit earlier, but I do like giving myself some time to talk about the pages in front of me. So what I'm going to do is go over to game summary, and if someone tries to me, so be it. If they don't, they don't. So we'll give it a few moments. I'm going to keep an eye on this screen to my left and see if anyone's willing to join me. But it was a good series between the two. The first one, it was quite rough for Phoenix Rising Amethyst. They did as well as they could into the given circumstance. They tried their best. They pushed in what they could. But there was just such a strong team fight from a lot of single target damage from 210, where it was quite hard for any single person one. No point to click sun, so Sonic can spin all she wants. True. But there's a lot of damage in Slam. Oh, wait, what's it? Oh, no, Muradin has a pretty consistent stun. But yes, no, looking at it, there's just a lot of single target damage. Map number 1 from 210 between the Spiders Nazebo and the Raynor. That can burn down anyone quite quick. And Brightwing, if she can phase shift in time, it's great. She can deal with it. If she can't deal with it, yeah, Skullcracker. Good point, Voriel. Skullcracker basically a point and click stun. Albeit you do need a couple hits, but it will eventually stop her. But yes. A lot of single target damage for first map. Brightwing was having a difficulty keeping up with it. They did well when their Gravity Bomb combo picked off in level 1. It did excellent. It was very close to getting it back. In the second map, this one we just saw, they did very good. There was good damage coming out from Calphus. There's good damage coming out from the Sylvanas as well. They're able to hold people back and actually had the kill advantage a little bit early on. They actually had kill advantage early on. They're actually able to see what they could do. Just unfortunately, from Anubrak wasn't able to turn in their gems very easily, and that did stifle them a little. They lost a few structures a little bit earlier. They did still do very well. They got boss. They actually did quite a few good macro calls. Just that one fight at the end did mean that was that. But yeah, that looks like no one is joining me, which is unfortunate. I'll give it a few more minutes as I talk about it just more and more. Because, well, it was excellent to watch in general. I feel like even though it was a 2-0 loss, Phoenix Rising Amethyst did have some very good points coming out of this. It feels like they did find their stride on Tomb of the Spider Queen there, actually. If they do this again, it could be... Ooh, I could say it could be very good with what they have. And we do have someone joining us. They are just deafened and muted. Lloydo may not realize that. Have they realized that? Wait, who? Hey there, how you doing?
I'm doing really well. How are you doing?
I'm doing all right. So you're Elido? Eloido?
Lloydo, yes.
Okay. Yep. Sometimes it doesn't show capital letters, and that's probably why I was thinking it was an L all the time, because I just assumed it was a capital I. But how are you feeling after that series?
Pretty good. I think that last game we probably did some dumb stuff in, but it kind of worked out, so that's all right.
Yeah, we do like seeing some dumb stuff every now and again. Maybe not. Maybe as a caster I say that, but as a player, you're like, I do not want to see dumb stuff from my team.
No, if you want entertainment, we got your number.
Actually, you're perfect. You're the one I wanted to ask something. Why Locust Swarm in map number 1?
Well, you know what? It's funny. Everyone's like, never go Locust Swarm, so I go Locust Swarm.
That's really the whole you know what? The thing is, I can't argue this reasoning, because 2 of the heroes I played, I had teammates go, no, don't. And I'm like, I'm going to do it. So, you know, I completely understand being told no, and you're like, I'm going to ignore you and do my own thing.
No, I know that it is the lesser of the 2 abilities, certainly, but it has its place if you can get it, if you can land it right in a, not that I did at any point in time, but it didn't really matter, I guess. So, yeah.
So map number 1, I do want to know also, what was the reasoning of running Raynor in the off lane and the Artanis in the 4-man?
Stacks for both Artanis and Naz, and Raynor's a good offlaner in his own right. So yeah, no, that was it straight up.
Fair enough. And you guys did actually have a lot of single target damage. We could see that when the team fights went your way, you guys could usually get a quick pick early on and then roll it through. when tens came around and you see things such as Gravabomb, we see things such as Vagina, did you guys kind of start communicating or going, okay, we actually need to be quite concerned about that combination? Because we saw a lot of posturing as we got into that mid and late game.
Yeah, the Gravo bomb got really nasty towards the end. That was the thing we were probably the most worried about. Every time we got caught in that was a big problem. But yeah, we knew that we had the real estate advantage. So in that, certainly that last one we were fighting for the immortal, they were kind of on their heels there, right? Because their core was in trouble, and we knew that. So we're like, we'll just kind of ride this out. We'll just kind of tease, shoot them from afar, and then someone has to leave, and then we'll wipe them out when we get the odd man sort of battle. So I think we had the advantage in that we had the right real estate when they had probably the later game comp, I'd say, because you're right, the ring and the gravel bomb there started to really get kind of nasty.
Yeah, and you guys actually found quite a lot off the first objective. Were you expecting to get quite like just that much off of it, and just went, sure, let's just keep going and see how much we can open this up? Because you guys then in a later objective decide just to go top and finish it off. Where you very much just go, let's open it up now and see what we can get away with later in the game? Because it did set up for that kind of late, they're on a timer situation.
Yeah, and that was pretty much it. I don't think that we necessarily thought that it was going to play out that way. Like obviously, like the team that we built there was more for like rushing the immortal. That was our sort of build. But I guess yeah, we got the lane advantage really quickly, so we sort of rode that the whole match.
Map number 2. Do you just like running the off-lane double soaking? You guys shove bottom?
Well, I'll be honest. Our Zamfax is pretty mean with Leoric in that particular map. There I am giving up all our secrets. So it's and it actually, to be honest, it didn't necessarily work well right at the beginning because they did that the top lane push right away, and we kind of, I don't know if we really ended up on top with that, but yeah, that's a pretty typical sort of strat, right? Like have Leo do the double soak and everyone else runs as a 4-man. So but yeah, I don't know. I think I'd probably say that we probably weren't as much of a fan of our second match, the way we played that, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, we, not that we were lucky per se, but there was a few sort of turning points there where we were able to get the team wipe. Not that I want to give any credit to Jaina, because the guy that plays Jaina is a bit of a bitch, but yeah. Yeah, he landed a few good rings there that basically just turned the match. So
yeah, I think most rings hit either two, like usually 2 people, maybe 3 people once Ring of Frost came in, but definitely that was a lot more aggression that time around from Phoenix Rising. Were you expecting them to pick up quite as many kills as they did, considering they were kind of just, they didn't fully respond to how Leoric was doing things, so they actually had Sonya in their 4-man against you most of the time?
yeah, I don't know if that's necessarily what we thought they would do. I think, to be honest, I think the second match was more of a flip in the sort of other direction, where I think at level 20, I think we actually had the advantage in the second game, whereas in the first game they probably did. So, for example, Leo and throwing down his Entomb had the ability to silence everyone, so they were basically hooped when they were in there, right? That because they had so many escapes for it. So yeah, that once we hit level 20, I think the team fights were basically a different story for them there.
It did very much feel that way. I do have to say that very fortunate Sonya didn't get a good leap at that 20s, because I do see it was Ariat Crater, and that could have turned things around quite a bit if they got a few of you stuck in what was essentially an infinite bomb Kael'thas.
Yes, exactly.
Yep, so that was very good from them. Is there anything you want to say about the series in general, and was that your last match of the season?
I think I'm not really keeping track, but I think that's our last game of the season.
So I don't quite know who you'll be going up against for your, I think it's Community Pizza. At the moment, it looks like it's Community Pizza. How are you guys feeling knowing that it may be them and you're going to be going into that playoff in just over a week's time from now?
Yeah, I don't know. I think we're, we played pretty well this season. I think like anything can happen on any night, certainly, but I'd say we're probably pretty confident going into the next game.
I've realized, I just looked over and I've seen that my Twitch has decided to run ads, so I'm very annoyed.
That'll happen.
I'm like, oh, let's see if we can find one more question where you can like answer for about a minute worth of time while that happens. Because really, I'm like, oh damn. Okay, I guess my main question is like, were you a bit afraid they're just gonna shove top into the York and just keep going and just kind of nullifying that double soaking idea you had?
I think we adapted to it, to be honest, because he called out pretty quick when like we knew that wasn't going to happen. So we rotated and kind of we didn't change the game plan really. I mean, like Leo was still going to do the double soak, but we're going to be a little more responsive to switching lanes with the 4-man.
Right on. But that looks like it may more or less be over now. Thank you, Twitch. So I guess I have to say, if you have any kind of last notes, any shout outs, anything like that, the floor is open to you.
Yeah, no, I respect to either team. It was a fun set of games. I'm glad that we pulled a team together tonight, and looking forward to the next match.
Right on. Well, good luck with that next match, and I do hope you have a good rest of your evening.
Thank you, sir, and I appreciate your casting tonight. Good job.
No worries. Have a good one.
Okay, take care.
Right, I'm going to raid... Let's raid you. You're playing HOTS. I haven't seen you play HOTS in a while. We're going to be raiding Ario, someone I've interacted with a few times. She is a very good person. I very much enjoyed the times I've had a few chats with her. But that is going to be it from me. I have been your host, The Lime Bus. Definitely a good series here. Good 2-0 to 2-10 Blechman. But Phoenix Rising Amethyst definitely took it to them in that map number 2. And they definitely should hold their heads high coming up into that next bit of, well, I don't think they quite make playoffs, unfortunately, but next season, if they decide to rejoin, should be a hell of a time to see if they do continue some of the synergies they had, especially on that Tomb of a Spider Queen game. But that's going to be it for me. I've been your host, V Line Bus. I greatly appreciate everyone coming along, and I wish you a good morning, good evening, good afternoon, depending where you are in the world, because time zones, they're very weird, but I'll see you all in the Nexus. Goodbye, at least, for now.